What is going on out there, Kraken fans? Welcome back. Another playoff edition of Postgame Rapid Reaction here. A disappointing one for Kraken fans, but this is reality. Dallas gets it done. The second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs now complete. The Stars move on. They claim victory in Game 7. They were tough all night. Ottinger did what he had to do. Kraken could not break through till really late there. But yeah, dramatic Game 7. Everybody was dialed in. Stars moving on. Let's talk about this. Thank you for dropping by the channel for one of the last live recaps of the season. I don't know if I'm going to do any for the other teams here as we go towards the Stanley Cup, but this will be the last Kraken recap of the season. Thank you guys so much for being here. This series was a beauty. Back and forth, roller coaster ride, up and down, changes in momentum, everything you could ask for as a hockey fan. Congratulations, Dallas Stars. It hurts to say it, but they played a great series and they countered. They adjusted just like the Kraken did when we had to. It makes you wonder if Game 7 had been at Climate Pledge Arena, could we have flipped the script in this one? And just a quick series recap, you guys. Game 1 made that dramatic overtime win for the Kraken to kick things off. Game 2, Dallas pushed back. Kraken not very disciplined. Game 3 was that blowout in Seattle, 7-2. The crowd started to come to life. The legend awakened, as the towels would say. Right here, I got the towel still. But Game 4, Dallas came back. They countered again. Game 5, hard-fought battle, but Dallas took the edge. And then Seattle, clinging to life. Game 6, they got the big victory. We were there for that one. It was incredible, 6-3. But tonight, Game 7, the home team prevails. The Dallas Stars get it done. Deep breath out, you guys. Nothing to be ashamed about. We're going to talk about it here. Going to take your comments. Just kind of let it all soak in. Just an amazing run from Seattle. And again, nothing to be ashamed about. We've got a bright future, you guys. Hit that poll question for me and hit the like button. Helps out the channel. The poll question tonight, pretty simple one. Can the Kraken advance even further next season? I want to know what's on your guys' minds. I want to know how you're feeling here after Game 7 of 2 rounds. We just took 2 of the best teams in the NHL to 7-game series in the NHL playoffs. Not an easy thing to do. If we were a pushover, we would have been gone in round 1 after a few games. But here we are, trying to digest a Game 7 loss in the second round of the Stanley Cup playoffs in the second year of our existence after, what a lot of people called a failed, expansion draft. But I think that things are going quite well in Seattle here. Also, the weather, very hot. It's very hot up here, but things going well in Seattle, and I can't wait to see what happens next year because some changes are going to happen, probably bottom 6. We've talked about this on the channel, but let's talk about it. Going to get into the comments right now. You guys, thank you so much. Let's get into this. Ty says, and exhale. What an amazing season. Team blew well past any expectations and made some serious noise in the postseason. Yes, they did. They were 1 win away from conference final in the Western Conference, you guys. Unbelievable. Great job. I know it was Eberle's birthday today, and he probably didn't get the present that he wanted, but he was incredible this whole series, and the team really, really showed up. PG, what's up? Norway, logging in. Thank you so much for all the support this year, PG, and I'm so glad you were able to get that Matty Beniers jersey. It's going to be even better next year. Let's keep this going. It says, great ride, folks. What an effort. The future is bright for this club. Totally agree across the board. A few more comments here from Ty. Says, where do we start? I'm just floored with the season. Absolutely blew my mind. I'm so proud to be a Kraken fan. Me too, man. I'm so proud. I'm going to wave the towel around a few more times just because, woo! I'm starting to clip the microphone, but it was a great season. It was incredible. We got so many historic moments that we ticked off in our book over and over. We got to see so many amazing things. So I'm energized. I'm positive. I can't believe what we just did. Yes, I am disappointed, but it's great to be here in round 2. We outlasted so many other teams. The NHL is now down to the final 4. We were the 5th team in that mix. We were in the final 5 teams, you guys. Incredible. Amazing work by the Kraken. Ty says, haha, now we wait for Shane Wright to show up. He's gonna. I know it's gonna happen. That kid is dialed in. He's ready to go. I cannot wait to see him come up. And he is determined. That guy, oh my goodness, let's do this. Now I hope Pavs can lift it. That would be cool. I'm gonna root for Burns to lift it. I'm gonna root for Pavs to lift it. Both teams, Dallas, Carolina, those are gonna be kind of who I'm rooting for moving forward. That's just, my personal take on it. Gregory Vini, what's up? Great to see you in the chat again as well. Says, can't wait for next season. And Shane Wright. And Gregory, I can't wait to, eventually meet you out at Climate Pledge Arena. One of these days, we got to get together, maybe come down to that 32 crew meetup that we do first intermission. But this thing is just going to continue to build. And I'm not going to overwhelm you with like positive takeaways, because it's okay to be bummed out. That's part of the drama, the swings, the roller coaster, the story that we have to be a part of here going forward. But I am positive, and I can't wait to see where we go from here. Donnell, another great regular here on the channel. Thank you, Donnell. Says, hey, sir, I know that you feel sad that the Kraken lost Game 7, but you should be proud of them and how far they went. Absolutely. And like I just said, we went down to the final 5 teams remaining in the NHL Stanley Cup playoffs. I know we didn't do the whole thing like Vegas did in their first season and go all the way to the Stanley Cup, but year 2, considering the year that we had in season 1 and everything that happened, the draft, bringing guys up, injuries, Grubauer went down for a long length of time throughout the regular season, came back, had to steady his game, get healthy. So I don't think a lot of people realize the ups and downs that the Kraken went through throughout the entire season. Amazing work. I'm just incredibly proud of them. Brian Kennicott, great to see you on the stream as well. Says, hey friends, here for the hugs. Absolutely big virtual hug, giving it to you guys out there. And I need it a little bit too. I'm kind of bummed out, but I'm not too bummed out because I'm going to go jump in the pool after the stream, and we're going to keep it going here. I'm going to keep the video updates coming throughout the rest of the playoffs. Got a couple more. I might do them offline and just upload them, but I'm going to keep you guys updated. Going to keep the vibe going here, and also going into the off season, kind of launch that retro hockey game video game series here on the channel. Reached out to a few groups here in the market. Going to keep that going as well, and a few new matchups on the sticks. Going to be here in the studio and maybe at a different location. So we'll see. So stay tuned for that. Thank you for supporting the channel. PJ says, right, Maddie and Cartier, they'll be deep. That's the thing that just keeps blowing my mind. How young is this team and how amazing of a future they have. Michael Hyde, thanks for being here. Says, thanks for the stream, dude. I learned a lot about hockey from watching your streams, and I had a lot of fun. Michael, thank you so much for being here and supporting the channel. That means a lot to me because I'm just a guy and I just want to share my knowledge. I'm not like an analytical expert or any of that stuff. I just do the best. I see what I see on the ice. I try to communicate it to you guys, share it with you in, kind of an artistic fashion, the best I can do here on the channel. So for you to be a part of it, Michael Hyde, and for everybody else in the chat that have contributed and supported the channel and just allowing me to kind of be myself, and find my spot, if that makes sense, here on YouTube and in the Kraken community. I really appreciate that. It means a lot to me. This has been I'm just getting upset now, just like excited. It's just been an incredible year, a little bit emotional, just kind of hit me right there. So thank you, Michael Hyde. I appreciate that comment. Wow, what a run. Donnell says, so now both conference finals are set. Eastern Conference Finals, Panthers, Hurricanes, and Western Conference Finals, Stars, Golden Knights. Who do you got winning both series? Okay, Donnell, I'm going to get right into it. We're going to talk about this, after the recap and during the recap, but I am taking the Dallas Stars all the way to the finish, and I'm also going to root Carolina Hurricanes. I think these are going to be really good matchups. I know people have been complaining about, it's not traditional markets, blah, 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 blah. These are going to be great series. The Florida Panthers, they're a great team. Carolina Hurricanes, incredibly exciting hockey to watch. You're going to be entertained. I guarantee it. The Vegas Golden Knights, love them or hate them here on the West Coast. They are a great hockey team as well. Jack Eichel, Mark Stone, expressive every time he scores the goal. So I can't wait to see what the Stars are going to do, how they're going to match up against the Golden Knights. It should be a party in the conference finals, both coasts. And like I said, I'm going to try to cover it here for you guys as we go. Striatic, thank you for being here. Thanks for leaving a comment here on the last live post-game stream of the Kraken season and playoff run. This is so frustrating because we could have won this game. Absolutely. I feel that. We felt it Sydney and I were just talking about this. She was frustrated and bummed out. Nicole's not here, but we've talked about it a little bit in messages. We feel the same way. Major tactical errors, outcoached by DeBoer, masterclass from the Game 7 master. And that's a great comment. And this is, we have to learn from it. Hackstall has to learn from it. The team has to learn from it. Even with all of that Game 7 experience we had coming in, I think ECH, the guys over there, posted that tweet this morning that combined Game 7 experience from this roster. Pretty incredible record overall. But Dallas, they controlled the neutral zone tonight. We had that little blunder. I'm not going to blame Alexiak too much, but it was him there at the blue line. We'll get into this in the recap. But oh my goodness, you guys. Thanks for lighting up the chat tonight. It means a lot to me to be able to kind of get through this with you guys and recap it. Almost 8 o'clock here on the West Coast, so I know it's 11 p.m. out on the East Coast. So again, thank you East Coasters for tuning in. Appreciate it. Brian says, I had said earlier in the day if the Kraken were to win, Grubauer would have to be better than 9.40. He was sensational at 9.29, almost 9.3 there. Otter was 9.57. Simply not enough offensive threat tonight. I have the exact same comment in my notes, Brian. Thank you for pointing that out, but I think I wrote it down several times, just not enough offense. The shots were okay. Shot attempts, obviously, Dallas, had the edge, but just not enough offense from Seattle tonight. There's Jim. Good to see you saying, I'm okay. I love it. We're going to keep going through this. Abby says, such a great season. Part of me wants to be upset at the loss. Understandable. But then the rest of me realizes we were playing with house money. Let's hope Matty gets his Rookie of the Year. He should. He absolutely should. I'd be completely floored if they don't pick him. Marcial Rainey says, I really wanted a Vegas Golden Knights Kraken showdown. We all would have loved that. That would have been exciting. We will always have Game 6. That was amazing. And that's the thing, you guys. Every single one of you, you're all going to remember this the rest of your lives, whether you're, young, old, middle-aged, whatever you are. This whole thing, the whole run was historic. You're going to never forget this. Even the year that the Kraken eventually break through and go to the Stanley Cup playoffs, you will not forget this first playoff run. And I'm so honored to be able to go through it with you guys. Amazing stuff. Striatic also says, difficult to break down all the tactical errors, but I was pulling my hair out in the third, especially late in the third, seeing them continue the same flawed plan when it was clear it wasn't working. And that's another great point. They just did not adjust in game tonight. They didn't have a different way of entering the zone. They just didn't have that layer of attack that you would like to see. And that's something maybe Hackstall and the coaching staff can improve as they move forward. But great comment, Striatic. I saw the same thing. I just can't put words to it the same way you can, and I appreciate that. But yeah, frustrating. That's the best way to say it. Brian also says, hats off to the Stars. And I'm going backwards in the chat a little bit, but I'm going to get all your comments here. Hats off to the Stars. What an exciting time to be alive. What a series. Love our team. Go Canes. Yeah, I'm going to root for the Canes. I'm a big Brent Burns fan. And Jim also said, I'm okay. Yeah, Jim's definitely okay. It's been a rough year for Jim. He's a big Bruins fan. I haven't talked about it a whole lot, but I know he's going through it with that because they lost in the first round and now the Kraken. But definitely, kind of eases the pain seeing how well the Kraken did here in the first and second round, exceeding expectations. So softens the blow. Jim, thanks for all the support. Your group over there, Kraken Fancast, check them out as well, you guys. I appreciate you being here. Let's get into the recap. A few more comments here before we do, because that's what it's all about here on the channel, the community support, everybody contributing. If Vegas Golden Knights, this is from Marcial, if Vegas Golden Knights get eliminated, my hockey season is over. My good friend is a VGK fan, so I'll root for them for him. I'm a hockey fan. What can I say? And that's great. And it's kind of like with me, with my brother. He's a big football fan. He's a big Kansas City Chiefs fan. Grew up watching the Chiefs, so I always try to support the Chiefs and my brother when that goes down in the NFL. But I totally get it. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to root for the Vegas Golden Knights, though, Marcial. Just going to be 100% with you. Probably going to root for the Dallas Stars because I like Pavelski from my San Jose Sharks days. Spartan, what's up, Spartan? Good to have you on the channel as well. I know you went to, I think it was 1 or 2 games there out at Dallas from Texas. I'm so proud of the Kraken from a West Coast spot, wild card spot to defeating the defending champs to going toe-to-toe with the Stars, who, by the way, the Stars are one of the Stanley Cup favorites in case anybody forgets. But yeah, we improved 40 points. Unbelievable. 40 points in the standings. I never would have told you that was going to happen. I thought it was going to. You can go back, watch my 2022-2023 Kraken playoff, season preview, and I told you they were not going to make the playoffs, and here they are. They almost made the conference final, but yeah, Spartan says, proud to be a Kraken fan. Kraken forever. Thanks for the streams. Absolutely, it's an honor to be able to do it for you guys. And of course, all the support helps it going here. Hit that like button. Helps out the channel. Helps the metrics, as usual. Yes. Per Gunner, PG says, no matter what else, Vegas must crash and burn. Okay, so sounds like PG's rooting stars. I love it. Pablo Ramos, good to see you too. Thank you for being here. We're all a little bit bummed out, but we're getting through this together. Says, hi, sorry about the loss. Go Kraken. Great job all year. So proud of you guys. Nobody expected you guys to go this far into the playoffs. Way to go, Kraken. Great job, you guys. Oh my goodness. And let's keep moving here. Let's get to the setup just a little bit. We got to move that check mark. I don't want to do it, but I have to do it. A little drink of water. Guys, gotta breathe for a second. It's so hot in here. I need an air conditioning unit so bad upstairs. But okay, here we go. We're gonna move the check mark. Not my favorite thing to do when the other team wins, but that is it, you guys. They get the fourth check mark. Dallas wins the series 4-3, and Kraken fall, but hold their heads high. Pretty amazing stuff to get as far as they did. Wow. Pablo says, go Vegas. Okay, so that's who your pick is going forward. Pablo, who do you think is going to win in the Eastern Conference matchup between Carolina and Florida? Want to hear from you guys. Let's take a quick look at the poll question. Can the Kraken advance even further next year? And the positivity is definitely there. 84% of you guys saying absolutely yes, they can go farther. And that's almost 20 votes. So keep them coming, you guys. Thank you so much for hitting that vote on the poll question. Hit that like button and subscribe if you don't already. I know most of you in the comments have to, because I only allow subscribers to comment. I don't like all the other junk you get from bots and stuff like sometimes. But again, thank you. Okay, so 4 wins for Dallas. They move on tonight. Coming in, let's get into the setup. Of course, I'm going to go through the recap, tell the story, how I saw things go for the Kraken. Obviously, we're going to look at the rosters, the stats, 3 stars. We're going to look at the playoff bracket here now that it's all set for the Final Four. And of course, live chat with you guys as long as you want to. Just keep the comments coming. I'm going to stay online and streaming whatever you want to talk about as far as the Kraken go and the year they just had. I'm going to be here. Let's keep it going. So let's look at the rosters tonight, the Dallas Stars. And by the way, tell me, speaking of stars, who were your 3 stars tonight? I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of Kraken in the 3 stars because they didn't really show up and score any goals except for that late one. But I want to know, who was your 3 stars for tonight? Maybe your MVP for the overall playoffs for the Kraken, or maybe for the year. That'd be interesting as well. Also, hit me up in the chat. Let me know, where are you signing in from? I think I know most of the locations. I got you guys memorized for the most part, but just, represent in the chat. I appreciate it. Going to keep popping you up on the screen. But all right, so the stars, Roope Hintz, Joe Pavelski, both had 8 goals in the playoffs coming into this matchup. Roope Hintz had another one tonight, and he really got going as the series went on. Joe Pavelski just, continued to score goals throughout the series. Incredible work from the old guy. The young guys also contributing. You had Wyatt Johnston, and this was in my notes before that goal that he scored tonight, but Wyatt Johnston, timely goals the entire series, key moments, got another one tonight. It was a backbreaker, made it 2-0. And that was the one where he kind of snuck up the ice, puck got behind the Kraken defenders. Jason Robertson, he did not have any goals in this series, but he contributing, always tough to defend. So the young guys for the Dallas Stars really kind of finding their legs, getting going. I would hope to see, if I'm rooting Stars, hopefully Robertson's going to break through a little bit here in the conference finals, maybe score some goals. But Wyatt Johnston, oh my goodness, that kid is a lot of fun to watch. Ty says, down with VGK. Boo, Vegas. Yeah, I think it's just kind of natural here on the West Coast. If you're in the Pacific, you got to root against Vegas. Pablo says, if Kraken had lost in overtime, would have been more heartbreak. Yeah, that's even tougher to deal with. I would agree with that. This way, we just kind of deal with it at the end of regulation. Stars versus Canes in the finals. So there's PG's prediction. I like it. I would love to see that happen. I think Vegas would be a good matchup there with either of those East Coast teams too, so we'll see what happens. Who got the Kraken goal? I believe it was, let me scroll down here. We'll get into that in the recap. But that was it No, hold on, sorry. That was Bjorkstrand. It took me a second there because I had Tolvanen in my mind for another reason, but yes, Bjorky. And Bjorky might be the number that I get on my reverse retro. Ty has been encouraging me with that. Okay, so let's look at the Kraken roster. Not much change for the Kraken roster. We did have a little bit of a tweak there. Second line, I think McCann was shifted, to the opposite wing there. And then you had Geeky, Donato, Tanev on that third line. Sprong still out. We may not see Sprong again as a Kraken. That's a reality that we're going to have to start dealing with and thinking about. He may be gone. That may be it for Daniel Sprong as a Kraken, because a lot of guys are going to start coming up into the lineup, the younger guys. But yeah, pretty much Kraken fielded the same lineup throughout the last part of this series. Cartier, what a surprise. What an amazing player for the Kraken to find and be able to just get in there as a young guy. He is playing so big and so tough. He's playing bigger than he actually is, in my opinion. Ty and I, we were talking about this a little bit the other day. Different Ty, not Ty Cartier, the other Ty. Just incredible work coming in. You're thrown into the fire, and Ty Cartier he looked completely in control, not a problem at all, and played amazing hockey for the Kraken. Pablo says, here from Texas, let's go representing. Pablo putting in the predictions. I love it. Thank you for being here. And Brian says 3 stars. First, Otter. Second, Wyatt Johnston. Third, Grubauer. Okay, so we're going to get to the official ones. I'm going to do that recap. I'll do it a little bit quicker tonight because I'm trying to focus on the comments and the community engagement here. PG says stars. 3 stars. Hintz, Johnston, and Glendening. And Glendening, he got back into the lineup. If we switch back over to the Dallas Stars roster there, he swapped back in. Delandre, he was taken out of the lineup. So Glendening, a great game from him as well. Ty says for the Kraken, first, Grew. Second, Bjorky. Third, Eberle. So some great picks for the Kraken there. Grubauer, great all night. Not a whole lot you can do when your team isn't putting up the run support like we've joked about, just like Felix had to deal with for many, many years. Glendening, good call, PG. Yes, that was kind of one of those under-the-radar sneaky players overall. But yes, great work in general. Brian likes Bjorky as well. Yeah. Marcial says, Canes for Eastern Conference. Happy at least that Edmonton was kicked to the curb. I did have a moment of happiness for Pavelski. Yep, you got the spelling right. Pavelski, what a guy. He's been through so much. I watched him for many, many years as a San Jose Sharks fan, and it was terrible to see him go through what he did in the first round, but he came back and he was okay, and he did a great job for the Dallas Stars in round 2. Really powered them to this series win, I think, in a lot of ways. PG says, what if we'd had Burakovsky? And, this is the whole other side of things that we haven't even talked about yet. So many weapons that the Kraken were not able to deploy. Some of the young guys that we put back down, in the juniors and in the minor leagues to just develop a little bit more. But, yeah, Burakovsky out. We also, Donskoy hasn't been around for a while. We also had McCann out in the first round. So a lot of things to deal with for the Kraken in these playoffs, and that's part of the story, right? Adversity, you're going to have guys that are injured, all sorts of situations happening, but I thought they did a great job. But yeah, I can't wait to see if we get Burakovsky in there. He definitely gives the power play that next level at times, just the way he's able to maneuver past the puck and everything like that. The kids are all right. Ty and Maddie definitely, and by the way, Ty, Maddie, probably Shane Wright coming up next year. So, holy moly, what an amazing amount of just, a fountain of youth in a way coming through the Kraken organization. And not just the forwards, we've got defenders. And we also have Cole Lind. Don't forget about him. Cole has put up like 37 some goals down for the Firebirds in their playoff run and their season. So yeah, let's see what happens. So much to talk about. Trevor, good to see you, says, damn Shane. Shame. Can't be a hockey fan without playoff heartbreak, though. Better luck next year, except when you play St. Louis. Yeah, totally understandable. We've got all those prior affiliations. Trevor is a St. Louis Blues fan, so thanks for dropping into the stream tonight. It's been an amazing year for the Kraken. I am definitely disappointed, but I'm feeling positive. So I'm trying to just kind of, get through this a little bit with you guys, talk through it, but my brain just keeps going into the positive realm. Maybe I'm too much of an optimist, because sometimes you just got to catch lightning in a bottle. It felt like that's what the Kraken were doing, but they just ran out of rope here in the playoffs. Great work. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's get into the recap. You guys keep the comments coming. I'm going to keep popping them up on the screen. We looked at the roster. We did the setup. Let's get into the recap. That's what we do. The Kraken, holy moly. We kept talking about depth throughout. 18 goal scorers coming into the night. Yanni Gourde, the unofficial captain, clutch in the playoffs. Give the guy the C. Give Matty Beniers Rookie of the Year. 12 points for Yanni Gourde in the playoffs. 4 goals, 8 assists. Eberle, also a man on a mission in this series and, throughout the season. Grubauer, steady. MVP at times. A little blip on the radar in Game 4, but and Jared McCann, maybe things would be a little bit different. Maybe we would have beat Colorado quicker with him 100%, and then we would have more energy against Dallas. Who knows? All sorts of situations. Wow. So first period, Grubauer came in 901 save percentage, 305 goals against. Otter for the Stars, 900 save percentage, 289 goals against. Also, happy birthday, Jordan Eberle. No, it didn't end up the way you wanted it to, but what a guy. Amazing player, number 7 for your Seattle Kraken. Okay, first period, you guys. In those first 3 minutes, teams kind of trade chances a little bit. Great pace. Everybody dialed in. Dallas, though, some odd man rushes, and they kept coming early in this game. 16:25 left. Really big chance. They came in 3-on-2, reversed the play up to the top of the zone. You see that a lot by Dallas. Great work, kind of hitting the trailer throughout the series. Heiskanen hits the crossbar. Almost had the icebreaker, but it went off Winberg, and then it hit Grubauer's glove. So, crisis avoided there. Under 14 left in the first. Dallas, another big opportunity, pouncing on things down low. Grubauer gets the puck. It kind of flips up behind him. Larson scoops it back to Gru. Tolvi helping to disrupt things with the cross check, but Gru reaches back, scoops it up underneath of him. So great reflex from Grubauer. Tolvanen does get called for cross checking there, but he did save a goal from being scored. Dallas goes to the power play. The Kraken penalty kill. Let's keep that going next year. Great penalty kill, but let's fix the power play, please. My goodness. Dallas gets good sustained pressure, but the Kraken blocking shots here in the first period, doing everything they need to do to kill that penalty. So a big moment there. We go 4:39 left in the first period. Jamie Benn gets a stick up into Morgan Geeky's face, and that's high sticking. So the Kraken get their first power play, looking for their first power play goal on the road in the playoffs, but they didn't get it. So Seattle, they didn't win any faceoffs in the offensive zone. Dallas kills it off. So period 1 comes to a close. It's 0-0. Gonna take that as a win going to the second, right? Lots of attempts for Dallas, but not many making it through. Kraken blocking a ton of shots. So we go to the second period. Early on, big shot. William Borgen hits Colin Miller. That could have been big. Up in the elbow. That looked kind of painful too. It hit him right in the side, but man, Kraken just a couple of times. If they could have broke through, maybe this whole thing would have gone different. 15 minutes left in the second. Dallas pushing with urgency. A couple of great chances directed towards the net. Kraken control it. After that, though, and they relieve the pressure, so they're doing a really good job of kind of tending to Dallas's pushes here throughout the game. And then the Kraken start to push back a little bit here in the second. They get a few chances offensively. Under 12 minutes to go now in the second. Still 0-0. And just under 9 minutes to go. Another huge chance from Dallas. And Grubauer Oh my God. Huge save, keeping it 0-0. Shots even, 13-13. But Gru at that point just blew my mind, and everybody was just going crazy on Twitter. Amazing save. What more can you ask for from Grubauer? And you kind of started to get the feeling maybe Kraken are kind of going to, rope-a-dope a little bit, get into this. But Dallas also looking a little frustrated, not able to break through. Halfway point of the game. 7 at home. 4:01 left in the second. Dallas. This is where they finally break through. A little bit of a fumble at the blue line. I don't think Jamie Alexiak really had control of the puck, but it just kind of fluttered, bounced right onto Rope Hintz's stick. He snags it and he pounces. Immediately goes top left. High cheddar on Gru. Great shot. 1-0 Dallas Stars. That was a huge goal. Yeah, I'm gonna have to keep up in the chat too. So thank you guys for keeping the comments coming here. Let me fix this real quick because I gotta fix the third period scoring so you can see who actually scored the goal. And I'm gonna get to all your comments, I promise. Okay, so Spartan says Ramos. Oh, Bjorkstrand. Yeah, Bjorkstrand definitely. He had an amazing game. Let me refresh this. Sorry, guys. Getting a little up in the recap tonight. Spartan says, Pablo says, Spartan, thanks. Okay. Well, maybe that's the guy. You know what? Well, I'll just hide it. Okay, so third period. Here we go. Tie checking affair. Continues now into the third. Dallas with the edge and the scoring chances now 16-5 for the Kraken. They're desperately trying to find some offense, though, where they can break through. Just not enough shot-wise for Seattle to start the third period. But they do start to dial it up just a little bit. Under 10 to go, starting to churn in Dallas' zone. Every opportunity that they got, though, Kraken, they just kept getting rejected, repelled by the Dallas Stars immediately. Great work by Dallas. Just, I think somebody mentioned it earlier in the chat, just incredible work defensively. Typical Pete DeBoer style playoff hockey. Just closed the door completely. And then the backbreaker comes. 7:12 left in the third period. Dallas sends the puck up the ice. Somehow Wyatt Johnston in all alone. He snuck in there behind the defense. He takes the puck. And what a goal. The kid goes backhand. He kind of pulls it up over the top right shoulder of Grubauer. It's 2-0 Dallas. And then just moments after that, Bjorkstrand a huge chance all alone in the zone for Dallas. He hits the post. And that was the story of the night for the Kraken. They just couldn't break through when they needed to. We pulled Grubauer, 3 minutes left. Feels like all hope is gone, but with 17 seconds left, they do win the face-off, and Oliver Bjorkstrand puts it in the net. It's 2-1. Glimmer of hope. But that's it. It doesn't happen. We don't get that goal. We did have that one last face-off in the zone there with about 7 seconds left. But that's it. The Dallas Stars advance to the Western Conference Final, you guys. And that's the whole recap. That's it. That's it for this season as far as live recap go for the Kraken. But look what you guys did. Look what we did. Look what we just went through. Nothing to be upset about. No reason to feel down. No reason to be in the down in the dumps about this. This is just the beginning of the story for the Seattle Kraken, and I know they're going to do even better next year. Maybe better positioning in the playoffs so they can play at home. Maybe in the first round. A few extra games at home can always go a long ways. Let's get into the chat again, you guys. As we go here, Pablo says, is it weird that I'm texting and was going for Kraken to beat the Stars? No, it's not weird at all. You can root for whoever you want to, Pablo. It doesn't matter if you live in Texas or not. Totally fine. Saying Texas. Striatic says, Philip Grubauer, though, brilliant. Sad about the RVH fail on goal 2, but what a game from him overall. Yeah, that was a tough one. The way it snuck in behind him there, and then, Wyatt Johnston, just amazing work on the backhand. I think he flipped it backhand up over the top right shoulder of Grubauer. Pretty great work. DeBoer double shifted Glendening at a crucial time on the PK chess move. Yeah, and I don't really, I'm not, and thank you PG for the comment, but I just feel like the Kraken power play, the fact that we're even talking about Glendening being double shifted on the power play for the Kraken, or for the penalty kill for the Dallas Stars, it just shouldn't even matter. We have so much talent on our team offensively. It shouldn't matter who's on the ice or for how long. Just, we need to be able to break through on the power play. We've talked about this all year. It didn't end up happening. We did get, I think, one power play goal tonight, but earlier in the series and earlier in the last series, I feel like it really could have made a difference, propelled them forward quicker in these series, so you don't go all the way to 7 games where your energy starts to get zapped a little bit. But yeah. Brian says, it's not weird, it's classy. Okay, so, and again, I'm playing catch up here in the chat, so keep them coming, you guys. Ty says, what a good, clean series. Both teams showed class and just played hockey. None of the ugly stuff seen in the other series. Absolutely. And that's a big credit to, all of these teams. Colorado, we had kind of the stuff going on in that first round. But overall, pretty clean hockey, both series. And I think the West Coast does it the right way. Can't wait to see one of these teams jump out of the conference finals. Vegas or Dallas? Who are you picking? Let's get to the stats here in just a second. Pablo says, yep, Brian, agree, laugh out loud, right? Ty, Brian says, maybe next year our 40 goal scorer won't be concussed for the playoffs. Give us even more scoring punch. That's what I'm saying. Maybe it could have been a more expedited finish in one of these series if we had Jared McCann the whole way. But you know what? That's the way it goes. A lot of teams have to play with guys injured. So next year, hopefully we have a better outcome. Stratic says to PG, DeBoer made so many great adjustments, starting with the lineup changes, coached this game almost perfectly. Yeah, and Pete DeBoer, he's been doing this a long time. Really impressive to watch him and how he adjusts his lineup, all the strategic changes he makes in game. It felt like the Kraken just could not figure out a better way to enter, a better way to generate more shots. Dallas all over with the shot attempts, even though we were blocking shots all night long. We're going to look at that in the stats here. But yes, great point. What's up? I'm shipping up to Boston. Sorry, I'm trying to scroll down here. It says, hey guys, what's up? Thank you for being here. Hey, let me know, what did you think about the Kraken and the Dallas Stars in this series? I'd love to hear your opinion. I know you've been on the stream a couple of times, Boston, so let's hear it. Let me know. What did you think? Who are your 3 stars tonight? Obviously, you're tuning in from Boston, but yeah, it's great to have you guys here for this last Kraken live stream of the year. I'm going to keep doing video updates through the playoffs, and I'm kind of bummed out because we also had a new video short planned if we would have advanced, but you don't get to know what it is. Sydney and I, we had the storyboard all written out for it. I love doing the shorts here on the channel, so check those out as well. I'm going to keep those going into the future. But yeah, thanks so much for being here, you guys. Okay, so many more comments. Marcial, so let's go bottom up. Marcial says, I should be used to disappointment. After all, my East Coast team is the Flyers. Yes. Yeah, that's a rough one when you're rooting for the Flyers, so obviously you're familiar with Dave Haxtell when his time came and went there. PG says, with all our offense, maybe what we need is a good defensive face-off winning center. And I believe this is definitely going to be an emphasis point going into offseason. We need to improve at face-offs, especially in the playoffs. But yes, it's an area of problem for the Kraken, and it feeds possession. It helps you do better on power plays when you win face-offs and get that offensive zone time. There's just so many things that it ties into, and we're gonna have to improve in that. We have to be better in the face-off circle in season 3. So let's see how they address it, because it's, you have to have the right guy to do that. Brian says, power play fixed, face-off percentage improved, and Grubauer building from this great postseason performance. That's what I'd love to see next year. Totally agree, and I think that's kind of the general sentiment that I'm seeing in the chat here from you guys and gals. Everybody agrees face-offs are an issue, power play is an issue, but the spirit that this team has, the resiliency, the fact that they're able to overcome some of those glaring weaknesses in just their second season and go on a march in the playoffs all the way to Game 7 of Round 2 against a really good team like Dallas, who has Stanley Cup aspirations. So, yes, let's fix those things, but also let's be super proud of how we did here. Woo! All right, Striatic. Maybe next year Burakovsky won't be sidelined, but you never know when you'll get this far. And that's I was kind of saying this earlier, lightning in a bottle. Sometimes it doesn't strike twice. And a lot of guys have been through this with other teams and other markets. So you got to grab that opportunity and take it when it's there. But I have no doubt, Striatic, that we are going to be back in the playoffs next year. We're going to have just kind of a reformed roster, just a little bit with some of the young guys coming up. We're going to have to say, unfortunately, we're going to have to say goodbye to some of the guys that we love. Not going to go into names again right now. I think you already know where I'm at with that. But yes, it is always something that people have to deal with when you're a hockey fan. Bottom six will definitely be changing for next season. Brian says the shorts are fantastic. Thank you. I have a lot of fun doing them because the best part about shorts, Brian, is it means I have to edit like very little. I don't have to edit very long. And editing is like my arch nemesis here on the channel. That's why I kind of prefer to do live stuff, to be honest with you. But yeah. Marcial says, thanks for the live streams, by the way. Entertaining and instructive. Kraken have the biggest heart. Thank you, Marcial. The only reason I do it is for you guys and for the enjoyment and the pleasure that it brings me to do this and bring new fans into the game and grow the game. I think that we're doing a great job of that here at the channel with you guys on board together. And the podcast as well. We do audio stuff over there, so check that out if you don't. Going to keep this going here into the summer. I've got some episodes planned, like I said, with the the retro hockey video games and some other content coming for you guys. Going to keep it up here. But yeah, I'll probably go jump in the pool for a while. I'm going to chill as well. Take some time. Just let it all soak in. Michael says, I'm already excited for next year, and I am too. I can't wait to see what's going to happen. We got the young guys coming up. The roster's going to change just a little bit. I think we could definitely benefit from somebody that's got a little bit talent-wise on the face-offs, maybe the back end, a little tweak there. Vince Dunn, that extension is looming, probably in the $6, $7, maybe $8 million realm. Who knows? That's going to be a large one, pretty big. PG Spartan says, thanks, PG. So yeah, something to improve on for sure. Brian says, I can't remember his name. I thought it was the same coach as last year running the power play. What is our power play like? 14%. Yeah, it's just not very good. And we can go down the rabbit hole on this, but it is what it is. It just didn't come through. I thought there was a couple of moments where it looked pretty good for the Kraken, but you got to have it be more consistent than it was, for sure. Got to be more directive, more shots on net, more chaos in front of the net. Just got to be committed in those 2 minutes because it goes by so fast. And you lose one face-off, you lose two face-offs, and your power play is basically over. And we saw a lot of that this year from the Kraken. Glad the votes for Calder's already in. Otherwise, Johnston would be favorite after this for sure. Wyatt Johnston, that kid can play some hockey. What an entertaining guy to watch. And I don't want to get too wound up about the other team and all that because we are bummed out as Kraken fans. But, I love hockey, and I love seeing younger guys kind of come into their own, especially in the playoffs. And Wyatt Johnston just had one hell of a series. So congratulations to him and the Stars getting it done here in round 2. Matty did more than Johnston, even in this series, in my opinion. Right? Just kind of a different take on this. Much tougher matchups, much more responsibility. And that's a great way to look at it because Matty Beniers is seeing first-line matchups. He's having to play more two-way defensive hockey. And Wyatt Johnston, a little bit, maybe more able to kind of find some scoring opportunities, not maybe playing defense the same way that Matty Beniers was. But yes, great point, Stratic. And kind of fun to compare and contrast those two players and the way it went in this series. PG says, now please hire a good power play coach. Well, let's see what happens because I hate to get too out front of, personnel changes or even coaching staff changes, but we'll see what happens. That can be a really big deal when you're talking about people's jobs on the line and stuff like that. So I don't want to speculate too much in that area, but things definitely do need to improve on the power play. Go Mariners. PG says, go Mariners. Maybe I'll try to learn baseball. Oh, yeah, why not? And, we've got some new rules in baseball this year. Brian says, well, when y'all strutting, you're only one take needed. I imagine doing shorts are fun to make. Yeah, and I may have fibbed just a little bit because the first short that I made, the trampoline one, that one was kind of a long ordeal because I had an issue with my tech. That seems to happen sometimes here at Sasquatch NHL. Could really use a little upgrade. Maybe I'll get a sponsorship here in the summer, so editing's a little easier because everything's super herky-jerky when I'm editing. I need a little bit better machine, but yeah, so I'm going to keep improving here at the channel. You know, being on camera, that was a new thing for me when I first started this. Also, you know, just adding gear as we go, trying to keep it interesting for you guys. Did the pool stream last night, so check that out. If you don't, I just want to, you know, add another element to the Kraken community here as we go forward. Ty says, kidding, right? 2 years of absolute garbage power play needs to change business mode. I hear you, dude. I totally get it. I just don't know. I mean, sometimes you've got these groups of coaches. They're very loyal to each other. It's not just a, you know, pick one, you're out. It's not like the NFL. You don't just like, I mean, you know how it goes. It's usually a wholesale deal. And, you know, Pete DeBoer, like he went for years with Jay Woodcroft there in San Jose. They stuck together. I can't remember the other name. I'm fumbling right now with that, but they didn't break that up for years and years and years, even though they had some issues as well. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm not like 100% disagreeing with what you're saying, but I just don't know if the Kraken are actually going to make that step here. We're ahead of schedule. I think that there's some things we can do to improve the power play, and maybe the coaching group will kind of stay steady and loyal to each other. We'll see. But, you know, Ron Francis may have other ideas. We'll see what happens. Brian says, I'm with you, Ty. It's not about people losing their jobs. It's about doing their jobs. And like, I don't want to be too soft on this. I totally understand what you guys are saying. I'm just trying to think about the overall situation in general. I know that the power play was an issue this year. We've got to have more urgency, got to be more direct, got to create more chaos. I keep saying it over and over and over. But maybe, you know, maybe the things that the coach is trying to get them to do, maybe the players aren't doing it. I don't know. I'm just going to be a little bit stubborn on this because I'm always like, last resort is fire the coach. Or not the coach, but, you know, the coach in charge of the power plays. We'll see. I don't know. That's last resort for me. 100% they are doing that. Yeah. Michael says, Ty Jacobs, that is a big problem. I feel like teams are told to intentionally penalize us to prevent a goal because they have a better chance on the power play. And Brian says, yep, 100% they are doing that. And it's a way to kind of, you know, waste time too, as the other team. So anyways, yeah, we could go down the rabbit hole. Maybe we'll save this for another episode. It sounds like you guys got a lot of opinions on this. I'm kind of hedging both ways a little bit, not, you know, a little neutral on the call, but I think there will be some changes. I don't know if it's going to be a coaching change, but I think there's going to be some changes. We'll see what happens. All right, let's get into the stats, 3 stars, and then we're going to look at the playoff bracket. We're going to log out for the night. That's going to do it for this year of live recaps at Sasquatch NHL for the Seattle Kraken. Shots on goal, 28 for Dallas tonight. Just not enough from Seattle, 23. And the faceoff percentage, a little bit better, 55% for Dallas, 45% for Seattle. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's the inconsistency, right, Brian? That we saw great power play moments in Game 6. The blueprint is right there, so maybe it's an execution issue. But that's also on the coaching. Like, you got to get them to execute. And if they're not executing, I don't know. Just too much talent. That's what I'm going to say. There's too much talent to be that listless on the power play this season. 0 for 1 tonight. Yeah, see, I was remembering from the other night. We were 1 for 3. They were 1 for 3. But tonight, 0 for 1, 0 for 1 for Dallas as well. It didn't feel like it was as physical tonight. Felt like more of a chess match. 39 hits for Seattle, though. 21 blocks. And you love to see the guys selling out, going all in, blocking shots. That's what you want from your guys in the playoffs. They did a great job of that. But they just didn't take enough shots. Didn't have enough high danger chances. All of that stuff just did not happen for Seattle tonight. All right, shots by period. Looks like the chat's slowing down. I'm starting to slow down. I'm feeling tired now. It's all kind of setting in. But again, thank you guys for being here. If you're still watching and you haven't hit that like button, please do. It helps the channel, helps the stream. allows me to continue bringing these videos to you guys here in the future. Here's a look at the shots by period. First period, 9-9, pretty even, but it did feel like Dallas had way more shot attempts. So that's kind of deceiving, the shot clock there in the first period. Second period, Dallas really kind of pushed the edge, 11-6. Third period, 8-8. So just, not enough from Seattle. You got to get up in the double digits, and high danger chances just were not there tonight at all. 23 shots from Seattle total. Right? Ty says, one game, laugh out loud. That's not enough. We literally call it the bathroom break. Game 6. So again, on the power play. Game 6, without hesitation, went straight to the bathroom. He did. I can verify that. As soon as we went on the power play, that shouldn't be an instinct. And Ty missed a goal, I think. Did you? I might be making that up. PG says, thank you, Mike, for doing this all season. Thanks for helping get my jersey. Great to be a part of the Kraken Nation. Have a great summer, folks. And thank you, PG, from logging in for these streams all the way across the world. It means a lot to me to be able to do this and have that reach. Never would have imagined. Like I said, I'm just a guy doing my thing. And that's really cool to be able to have that connection all the way across the globe. So keep coming back, PG. Let's keep up on Twitter. And I'll still be here on YouTube doing video updates as we go here through the summer. Nope, no missed goal. Okay, I remembered it wrong. I missed a goal the other night. Joey, what's up? Good to see you in the chat here as we get to the end of the stream. Can't see Dallas beating Vegas as much as I can't stand Vegas. So it sounds like Joey's rooting for Vegas as well. But I think it's going to be a great matchup. Those teams, Pete DeBoer, he coached Vegas, so he knows the strategy. He knows how to break them down. He knows the mindset in that locker room, and that can be huge in a 7-game series. Here's your 3 stars tonight. Mr. Otter, the number 1 star, 22 saves, only allowed 1 goal tonight, and 9.57 save percentage. Otter, incredible work for the Dallas Stars, but the Kraken, I don't feel like they made it that hard on him this evening, so good job, Ottinger, but next time, Kraken are going to get you guys. Rope Hintz, the 2nd star, and he really kind of, motorized his engine. Came to life at the back half of the series. He had an incredible first round, and in the second round here, just really started breaking through, I thought, in the last few games. 1 goal tonight, and that was a big one, as he kind of stole the puck there at the blue line. 17 minutes of ice. Wyatt Johnston, we've talked about him throughout the series here on the channel. 1 goal, 3rd star, and that kid has a bright future. Wowzers. What a team. Stanley Cup potential. Vegas Golden Knights are going to be tough, of course. But yeah, there are your 3 stars, you guys. A few more comments here as we look at the playoff bracket. Let's see if it actually refreshes. Oh, did it? Ty says just some decent zone time. No, see, it didn't refresh. I don't want it to refresh because that means the Kraken are out, but I got to do it. Yeah, no, it did refresh. Okay, so there it goes. Dallas beats Seattle in this 7-game series. In the 7th game, 4-3 is the final series tally there. Vegas, the team at the bottom of the bracket there in the West. Florida up top. They're the 2nd wild card team, and they're going to face off against the number 1 seed. They're in the southern part of the bracket. Carolina Hurricanes, and that team is dialed in. I can't wait to see what happens. Do you guys have a schedule yet? Because I haven't looked. I would love to know when is the next game, because I haven't even looked yet. So let me know in the chat before we log out. What's the next game? What time does it start? I can't wait. I'm sweating right now. It's so hot up here. You guys got the computer on, all the lights on. I got to log out here pretty quick. Great work this year, Mike. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that very much. To your channel's continued growth and success. Yeah, and YouTube is tough. It can be very tricky to grow your channel. Like I said, I'm just a guy. I don't have a marketing team or any of that, production squad, any of those things at all. Just me. So there's your playoff bracket. Moving forward, Final Four. Got a few more comments here. We'll get these here. Joey says, all we did was dump and chase down. Yeah, it just felt like there was just not that cutting edge like they had in Game 6. They just didn't have that same directivity. Dallas, maybe, a cause for that. They kind of funneled things off, but they didn't really have to block a lot of shots like Seattle did. So, yeah. Yep, unfortunately, too predictable. Definitely felt that way all night. Ty says, 100% agree. Mike has grown so much and has one of the best products out there. So dialed in. He can do it from the pool now. Oh, dude, yes. Appreciate the opportunity to hang out and be a part of this. For sure, you guys are all part of this channel. That's why I like to do the Zoom calls sometimes. Have everybody be in the chat. Striatic, also a part of that. And I'm going to keep, adding your voices to the channel here, whether it's on the audio podcast or here on the video. Sometimes, it's tough to get all that set up because I do have a real job that takes priority. This is all, spare time for me. Late nights, a lot of late nights editing and setting up my scenes and graphics and all things like that. So I do appreciate the support, you guys. Thank you so much for all the shout outs in the chat. Joey says Thursday. Okay, so next game is Thursday. So we get a little bit of a reprieve here, a couple of days off just to take it all in. 1 a.m. in Norway. Dang, that's late. Thank you, PG, for being here. Again, the dedication and just the support that you've provided here on the channel. Every single chat, every single comment in the chat, every time you hit that like button, it means a ton to me. I can't understate that enough. As a small channel, I'm not even, I don't have monetization or anything like that. So it's very, it's huge for me because I'm just, I'm trying to do this because I enjoy doing it. I don't care about any of that other stuff. And if you guys keep coming back, I'm going to keep it going and try to bring new ideas, new content as we go into the future. Vegas Stars Friday, 5:30. Awesome. And Canes Panthers Thursday, 5 p.m. So there it is, you guys. I'm going to go jump in the pool because I am sweating. This is the first, I can say, it's a good problem to have because I've never broke a sweat on a live stream before, but it's freaking hot up here because I'm upstairs in my studio and the sun hits this wall all day long. So maybe an air conditioning unit for next season because we're going to go deeper into the playoffs. That's how it's going to go. Kraken, bright future. Thank you guys so much for all the updates in the chat. And thank you for being a part of the channel and contributing. Wowzers. Like I said, if you don't subscribe to the podcast, check that out. Got lots more content coming for you guys. Lots of stories to tell. Gonna do my best at that as a storyteller over on the audio side of things. And also here on the video side of things at YouTube. Gonna do some retro hockey video games with a couple of different groups, couple of different people that have got signed up for the summer. Should be fun. Bust out the Cheetos and Mountain Dew. We're gonna go old school video games right here, Sasquatch NHL. Go check out the videos already. I kind of kicked that off earlier, so check that out if you haven't. But that's it. Have a great swim. You too, Marcio. Bro, we wore shorts to a win. Yes, absolutely. We wore shorts. Have a great swim. You deserve it. Definitely will. PG says, see you. Thank you so much, you guys. Thank you. Can't say it enough. Amazing year, and loved every minute of it. We came up a little bit short against the Stars, but I'm super proud of the Seattle Kraken. And super honored to be able to do this here on the channel. So I'm going to keep it going. Thanks again. We'll catch you again. Another stream here real soon. Video updates coming for the rest of the Stanley Cup playoffs. We'll see you next time here, Sasquatch NHL. Have a great night. Go Kraken. Let's get back at it next year. Bright future. See you guys. Have a great night.